Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope this is the newest podcast episode because I haven't gotten the time to film, and I thought, why not film at the best spot ever, the sunset. I was enjoying it so far, and then I decided, why not film, because there are so many things I want to talk about. There's so much in my head I want to just spill, and as in that, knowledgeable and help others, and also just inspire and live life, because that's how we're supposed to live. All right, let's get started. I wanted to talk about our life. Okay, I realized there's always going to be issues in our life. There's always going to be a certain situations where you need to figure them out, cause a stress and whatnot. But I wanted to still come here and say about my own experiences, that honestly, when you think about it in your head, it feels like a lot. It's like as if your world is going to crumble and whatnot and what blah blah blah. Except not a lot happens in reality. It's just quiet, even though there's chaos in your head. So basically, what I wanted to say is that a lot of times we think that our issues are the reason there's this end of the world and all that thing. But you have to realize that if you live in the present moment and you believe in yourself, if you are good to yourself, I feel like any situation, any problem in your life can be effortlessly solved. It's that easy. And like in the beginning of this month, this is TMI, but I have also talked about this on my Instagram stories, because I usually never do this, but I don't know why I did that. Maybe it was just something that someone else could learn from, because we're all humans. So basically, I felt sick, and I felt like my world was crumbling, nothing was working out, and all that thing. During everything that I felt that time, it just felt slightly overwhelming. I always questioned life in general. When things like that happen, life is so fragile that the moment you die, it's all over. Like your problems just disappear, they never existed. It's that crazy. Like, if life is that fragile, why do we take it so seriously? I mean, things are still bound to happen. Life is technically called up and down, you know what I mean. Things happen, and if everything was the same, I don't know, I feel like life wouldn't hit how it would actually, you know so basically, I went through this time, and I was calm, and I was like, whatever, it happens and all that, and everything just turned out fine. Like, it turned out really well. I don't know why, it just felt like after some time I just felt peace in my heart, everything was fine, and I just thought everything was over in a sec. And then after that, I was like, girl, wait, hold up. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. And then I realized, yes, it doesn't. The next point I wanted to talk about the basic things which people overlook a lot often, and that is talking to yourself. You don't realize the impact you have when you talk to yourself in a way. Okay, so it can be positive or negative, right? So it actually really affects you, and I realized that, because of which, that you should be genuinely conscious of what you're talking, like, not even the backbiting things, okay? Because you need to mind your own business. If you are able to backbite and waste time and gossip and all that, it basically means you just have too much time to waste. Life is meant to be lived slowly, okay? But you need to make sure that you're living it well. Don't waste your life away. It's very unnecessary, very useless, and all that, like, right now, I'm the only one on this roof, even though I'm the only one on this roof, and not because it's bad or anything. It's just that I wanted to, and I felt amazing. I get really annoyed by all the outside noises, and I feel like when I come on the roof, it's very quiet, very nice. I just feel at peace. And right now, to look at the sunset, oh, peace, peace. I love it. It's very good. So yeah, I wanted to say about these things, talk good to yourself, be kind to yourself. How you would talk to a child, you would not talk to them in a bad way. You would always be conscious of a lot of things, because a lot of times kids make mistakes, and it's just happening. You cannot say them, oh, being rude to them, because they're learning as well. And once you see that once they see you come in a situation where it feels like, oh, it's going to be chaotic or something, they realize it's not a big deal. And if kids can realize that, why can't you? I feel like kids are way smarter and we have a lot to learn from them as adults, and of any age group. Like, it doesn't matter, anybody who wants to learn can learn, even from an ant. It just depends on your mindset. I strongly believe that, because like, why shouldn't you? I wanted you guys make this video also, that I the next point I want to mention is journaling. Okay, I love journaling, and not for the sake of just showing it that I journal and all that, right? It's that it helps you a lot. You know, sometimes when you cannot talk to somebody and like open up, talk about your things and what's happening and all that jazz, you can simply write it down. It's that simple. And figure it out yourself, because a lot of times life is going to show you that not everybody stands by you. I wanted to say that journaling is really good, because a lot of times things that you think you're not thinking, you are thinking. So when you write it down, you actually realize that what are you thinking, what is happening. You know, the biggest thing us humans do is that we learn a lot about others, right? Because we're around our family members or like friends and everything, we start learning their patterns. We think about what do they like, what do they prefer and all that. But do you realize that a lot of times you neglect yourself, because you know a lot about others but barely anything about yourself, because you're uncomfortable with yourself? How embarrassing is that? If you're not trying, then it's embarrassing. But if you're trying to become better, if you're trying to be conscious of everything that you think, then you will get it. And journaling is also a very good way of manifestation, because when you try and you write down something, you feel like you realize like it's now inside a real thing, a tangible thing that you can touch and see, where it mentions what you want and what you don't. It's very easy, and it's very fun as well. I was saying about these points where I mentioned that talking good to yourself and then journaling, right? These 2 points are very important, because it's basically manifestation. I realized that yes, you know, we have heard about qadar and we have heard about faith, but a lot of parts also includes as you wish. So it basically means that you can actually change the entire trajectory and whatnot of your life, even though a lot of parts are pre-written, because they can be rewritten by the will of God. If Allah wants it, then it can be rewritten, because like, we are mere humans, what can we do? But He can do everything. He's infinite, He's the universe. Why do we think it's so hard to ask for anything we want? Our goals, our aspirations, everything, they're like this small. You know what I mean? It's nothing for Allah. Like, if you just say it, He's gonna give it to you. So I wanted to say about this part where you speak good. Once you learn to speak good with yourself, you will realize that. I hope it's not distracting. I do not like when people make a lot of noise, that it just goes all around disturbing people's environments and everything. I love praying and enjoy praying, but it doesn't mean that I have to show it to everybody so that they know that I pray. Blah. Astaghfirullah. Talking good to yourself will actually come in so handy, because you will realize that a lot of things you will not tolerate, which everybody tolerates. You know, I have seen people who are like grown adults and then they're like older, like you could say way older, but they lack a lot of things. You think that people mature by age, but they don't. They mature by their experiences, and they mature by their consciousness of themselves and other aspects. If they want to become better, they will. And if you want to become better, if I want to become better, I will, if I'm trying. Yes, everybody has to be conscious of that. So I wanted to say that when you are being good and you speak good to yourself, you will realize that it will help you actually a lot in your life, and it will actually help you manifest your goals. It's very important we realize that a lot of things which we unconsciously do every day, like talking, maybe brushing our teeth, writing something down, thinking a certain thought, all of these actually affect you a lot. Like, for example, comparison is so freaking unnecessary. Think about it. If you don't even look like them, if your entire DNA is different, if your entire perception, your perspective is different, how can you even compare to them? You know, I've been filming videos and posting TikToks and all that. I want to create some sort of value in them, right? So I create some curl related or like some other stuff, okay? But a lot of times people mention that I'm really cute and all that, right? I really appreciate it, thank you so much. And but I'm gonna be honest, I always wanted to be more than just pretty, you know. I am pretty, every human is pretty, every person is so beautiful, it's astonishing. But I want to remind myself that I want to become a better person as well, because like this beauty is okay, amazing, it will age. And not only that, people will not remember for people might even remember me, people do remember me for being beautiful and all that, but I want to be remembered for something more better, something more valuable, something more like mind blowing, for being smart, for being helpful, for thinking critically. You know what I mean? I want to be able to show that I am more than just this, you know? You have to realize that this is your life and you get to live it, because a lot of times we think that something happens or someone is close to you, or like somebody that you care about hurts you in some way, it means that your world is over. This is some sort of big, like the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. Like, please, I don't care what you say, but this is not true. You're an individual, you're not conjoined or something, you're an individual and you're made like this, and when you die you go alone inside your grave. So it basically says that if you're an individual, you have the right to choose what you want and what you don't want, and what you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. This video which I'm filming right now is also directly for myself. So I'm literally looking at Sana right now and talking because I want her to hear all of this, because she does follow a lot of things and she takes this advice. That's the reason I'm giving it. But I want to improve as well. So I remind myself that life is not over if people leave, because life is meant to be something where people come and go. You love somebody and they will also stay in your life for a limited period of time, because it's not just that they can just leave, they can also pass away. Simple. We have to realize that, and we have to appreciate every single person for who they are and see the beauty in that. And once you start doing that, you will realize how beautiful you are yourself. I wanted to say these things because like a lot of times we think that, oh my god, life is supposed to be this and that and this and that, you know. When you are living life, it's actually grounded, if that makes sense. You are in the moment, you cannot disappear or something, you are in the moment. So make sure it turns out the best. I want myself to believe, and I want all of everybody to believe that anything you desire, anything you want is possible. I have seen people do unpaid internships and maybe even work in places, and then create that role which they've always wanted. It didn't exist before, they created the role, and guess what, the companies or people allowed them with that role and paid them really well as well. There were people who were broke and started their businesses, started doing things that they could in their free time, and then they got what they wanted. It's that simple. I mean, the only thing you have to do is just try. That simple. If I want this, then I will get it. I realize just like the way I enjoy sunsets, I also enjoy sunrises. Meaning that when it's dark, it's going to be next. What do you think is going to be next? Light. And you have to realize that never run away from darkness as well. Like, why would you run away from darkness? Think about in this way. Darkness is something that's dark, hidden, you know what I mean. Light is something like spreading and all that, right? So all of these phases like of the day are simply just like the phases of life. So you have to live accordingly, cherish it, appreciate it, make time for something that you want, make time for something that you love, because why wouldn't you? You would definitely make time to go hang out with your friend because she said that, oh, we should go and try this place. Yes, you want to try, she wants to try, we can go together. Yes, but she is doing what her heart says, and so are you. So if you can do it with somebody, like you can go and enjoy a day out or whatever with somebody, you can definitely do it with yourself as well. It's not that hard. It feels like that, you know. A lot of times people think that, oh, she's sitting alone most of the time. Like a lot of times, you know, I'm mostly alone, and because this is my channel, whatever, anyways, I'm mostly alone doing things, talking about things, stuff like that, okay. But I realized that I'm not lonely. I enjoy my company the most. I can do all the things I've always wanted to. I just enjoy it too much. And I want you guys to remind yourself as well that it's not the world will not end if you're sitting alone and doing things. Right now it's dark, the sunset is over. Yes, it's like barely there and it's over. So I'm sitting here alone, I'm talking about what's on my mind, and I'm enjoying life because this is my life and I'm supposed to actually show up for it. Because who else is going to be like, oh Sana, your life is going, get up, do this. There are some people in your life that actually advise you to become better and all that, but the end, if you don't try, what do you think will happen? I think that my goal for a lot of things is like for this podcast specifically is like, yes, I wanted to reach a lot of people and all that, but I do not attempt in as in that it should be just popular for the sake of it. I want people to actually take the knowledge from this video, learn from it, and like also support me. Simple, because I also want myself to live the dreams I've always wanted to. If I always hype up everybody, I should hype up myself as well. So yeah, this is it for this video. I hope you learned something, and if you did learn something or any points you made, comment it down below so that I can know it as well. We're all sharing knowledge here, and I can't wait to film a new episode next time. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope that you talk kindly to yourself because you are your own best friend. I love you, Sana. I can't wait to see all of the things you achieve, because I know that this is just a podcast episode. I know there are going to be a lot more podcast episodes from you, and I can't wait to see what future you create. And yeah, I love you so much, and I love my viewers a lot as well. I appreciate their support. And yeah, have an amazing day, spend your life, and you guys watch the sunset with me.